All right, Bird, now I want you to put on your thinking cap because this is a very, very complicated family structure, which I am going to try to unravel and see if I can understand it. Let me guess, that would be your boyfriend. Boyfriend, yes, he has very little to do with this case. Yeah, brought him along for moral support. Yeah, great, but you do have a brother. Yes, and this used to be your brother's girlfriend, correct? Why don't you sit down for a second so I don't confuse Bird? Dang, this used to be your brother's girlfriend. They have 2 children together. Yes, but then she ceased to be the girlfriend of your brother. She had no place to live, so you invited her and your 2 niece-nephew. What 2 flavor they have? 2 nieces, yes. Your 2 little nieces to move in with you because they needed a home. So she moved in with you. Was the boyfriend lived with you? Yes, and your boyfriend with her 2 kids. Correct. Very nice of you. About the same time, the boyfriend, is this the same person you refer to as your husband? No, so you have a husband besides the boyfriend? I'm still legally married. Yes, ma'am. Your legal husband has a brother who also needed a place to live. No, that would be Travis. That is his nephew. So your legal husband had a nephew that needed a place to live. Yes, and you having a nice relationship with your husband, I assume. Yes, said he can come live with me too. Yeah, now you can stand up. Now your husband, I have to shield myself from this side. Your husband's nephew and your brother's ex-girlfriend and their 2 children are living with you and your boyfriend. Yes, ma'am. Well, any port in a storm, they become a couple. Yep, voila. Now you got the whole picture. I got the picture. This is what the case is about. You claim that at some point when the 2 of them were living there, they agreed to pay rent. Yes, ma'am. And they didn't. They did for a while. And then they stopped paying rent because they both lost their jobs. They became really interested in each other. They both lost their jobs, had no job. They weren't paying rent. So you want your rent from the 2 of them because then they moved out, unceremoniously moved out. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, so you want to rent and you claim that the nephew of your legal husband, not the boyfriend, but the nephew of your legal husband had some sort of problem with child support payments. Yes, ma'am, so he needed money in order to pay those child support payments. Otherwise, they were either going to take his driver's license or he couldn't get his driver's license back. So you loaned him the money to pay his child support payments. Yes. You want that back? Oh, yeah, and then we'll all be finished and you can go home, right? Yeah, let's start with what I consider the easiest part of this. Your last name is Williams. How old are you? 25. And how many children do you have? I have 3 miracles. Yes, ma'am. How old are your 3 miracles? One's 7, one's 4, and 3. Do they all have the same mother? No. Do any 2 of them have the same mother? No, they're all different moms. Those are 3 numbers that I'm not going to play ever. 7, 4, and 3. I will. You will. Don't you have any other hobbies, Mr. Williams? Yeah. What are your hobbies? Just work and you, I don't know. I don't really have a hobby. How much money did you owe in child support? I don't remember. Well, you do remember you have 3 children. How much are your child support orders for each of the 3 children? 310 for one, 27, 310 for one a month. Yeah, 274 and some odd cents and 181 a month. Do you pay that? Yeah, now I got a job. They take it out my check. They pay 180 a week out my check. Going to have any more children? No, man. Perfect. Now, there came a time when you owed some money. How much money did you owe? Let's think hard. I think it's 10 grand I owe on back. 10 grand. Yes, ma'am, because I was locked up for 2 years. Locked up for what? Violation of probation. Violating probation is not a crime. What was the crime? I'd rather not say. How much money did Miss Williams give you? 400 maybe. I don't remember. What were they going to do with you if you didn't come up with the 400 bucks? What? Went to jail. Yeah, he owes you $400. He made him. He's got to pay for him. It's not your job to pay for his miracles. Yeah, I agree.